Hi there, this is Catherine with Enfolded Heart Music. In this video, we're going to be doing a walkthrough tutorial of the Lyre Tune for Psalm 131. This is a lovely, very short little psalm, so I thought it was a nice one to do a tutorial for, a beautiful one to memorize, and just has a wonderful word to say to us about what it means to be a child of God. So again, Psalm 131 for the lyre. Certainly, even if you don't play the lyre, you know, this music could be transferred to other instruments. If you really like the tune, you'd be welcome to do that. If you're not familiar with the way I do these, I'm going to go note by note, step by step through this. They end up being kind of long, but this one will be a bit shorter, most likely because it's a shorter piece, a very simple piece. But I'll be doing that particularly for those who maybe can't read sheet music very well. If you would like to purchase the sheet music in order to follow along with the video, because I'll be referencing that, and or to get some practice with reading sheet music, and you're kind of able to double check that you have the note correct by checking it off of this video, you can get that in a number of different places, my Patreon or on the local shop that I have separately. You can get either the whole album, it's part of the Singing with David album, or you can just get the one song. If you scroll down on the right hand side, there are little basket icons. If you click on that basket next to the particular song you want, then it will just put that particular song in your basket. They're $1.30 for one piece, or $1 a piece added up for the whole album. So anyways, if you have any problems with that in any way, then just let me know. Send me an email. I'll help you out with that. It seems to be much smoother now. But I'll put all that in the description, and let me know if you desire that but are having trouble getting access to it, or any trouble with that process. Okay, just like with our other ones, we're going to be going a couple of parts through. I'm going to start with the structure of the piece at large, and then we'll just do the left hand, because with these, but particularly with the psalm tunes, I have them very, very simple. They're just a repetitive kind of drumming sound in the background. And then we'll go through the right hand with different parts. So let's get into the first part, the structure and tuning of the piece. Okay, with this first part, let's go ahead and put our lyre in the correct tuning. If you do have the sheet music, I'm going to be using the second copy of it, which means that it won't start until page 2 and measure 47. The measure numbers are on the left-hand side. You'll see these tiny numbers above the measure, and that's the measure number of that particular measure, and then you're sort of expected to just be able to count over, and then check yourself once you get to the next line. So the first measure is 47 in the copy I'm going to be using, because that is the copy that has the note names to it. The first 46 measures is the same sheet music, it just doesn't have the note names and octave numbers. But I'm going to be using this because it's probably most likely that someone who's going to be following this video and has a sheet music are going to be looking at this copy rather than the first. Okay, so if you do have that, then you will see at the top part, just like with my other pieces as well, you will see how you should be tuning your lyre. Now this piece is in the key of B flat major, which means that it has two flats, B flat and E flat. And this is a 19-string lyre, but these songs are written for 16-string. If you don't have 16-string, maybe you have 8 or 10, just take the left hand out and work with the right hand, and you should be able to play it, I'm quite sure. So let's take a look at that top part just for our tuning. If you've got a 16-string, your lowest is probably going to be a G. Mine is an F because it's a 19, but you should have G3, A3, B flat 3, C4, D4, E flat 4. I actually did not tune that one. This should be E flat 4. You're not actually going to play this string, so I didn't even tune it on mine, to be honest with you. So ignore that sound bed. If you want to have the whole thing set correctly, then this should be E flat rather than E. But then your next one is going to be an F4, G4, A4, B flat 4, C5, D5, E flat 5, F5, G5, and then A5. And again, because I've got a few more strings, I've got 2 more, but you don't need to worry about that. We won't even be getting to that. So make sure you've got that in B flat major. Got that all tuned and ready to go. If you're really unfamiliar with tuning, your tuner, if you have a chromatic tuner, rather than it saying B flat, it may say A sharp, or for E flat, D sharp. Those are the same notes. So just as a helpful tip for you there. Okay, so once you've got that, I just want to talk through quite briefly the general structure of this piece. The way that I wrote it is essentially in 2 sections. You have the first section, which is from the beginning of the piece, measure 47, and it goes until measure 65. Now I like to have a pencil and just kind of mark things up so that it's easier for me to make sense of the piece. You don't have to do that, but this is in case you do want to do that. So again, the first part is from 47 through 65. And then the second part is basically the second half of the piece. So we've essentially cut it in 2. So it'd be 66 until the end. Now we have a little bit of an introductory section and a little bit of an ending section included in that, but these are kind of broad strokes. Because basically what I did was I had one little pattern which actually has a number of repetitive pieces or sections to it. I took that for the first half, and then I just repeated it for the second. So it would be kind of like if you're singing a song and there's multiple verses to it, it's structured in that way. That's kind of what I had in mind. So that's really the main big ones that we're going to be doing. Yeah, this actually feels very short compared to some of the previous ones, but just those 2 sections, and then I'm going to wait until we're in each section and walking through it to let you know some kind of subdivisions within those two main divisions. So once you've got that marked, again, that's really between measure 65 and 66. Once you've got your lyre tuned, your sheet music marked, if you so desire, then we're ready to take a look at the left hand and start walking into the piece. Okay, let's take a look at our left hand now. Again, if you're looking at the sheet music, just take a wide view of the left hand. You'll notice that in this piece, as I've tried to do with all the psalm pieces, it is exactly the same in the left hand. This is just to give you a little less to think about because we have the left hand, the right hand, and the vocals. Now, I've written these mostly for my own prayer and to offer to anyone who desires to sing them either for your prayer or even for others. So that's also a disclaimer that my singing is not going to be amazing in this, most likely, because I'll be thinking about a lot, teaching and playing and singing, and it's a little nerve-wracking to sing even just for camera. But that's also to say that if you're not great at singing, but you like this psalm and would like to spend more time with it, then I would encourage you to do that, even if your vocals are not the most beautiful to the ear or most practiced. But anyways, okay, so we'll look at the left hand. Let's take a look. We've got 3 notes that we're going to be playing, and that's it for the left hand. We're going to have B flat 3. So again, you'll probably have, if you got a 16 string, your lowest note being G. So let's count up from there. We have G, then A, then B flat. So this is our first note. I'd put your thumb on that. Just kind of get comfortable strumming that. Then we're going to skip the C, and we have D4. So B flat and D4. And then our third note, we're going to again skip a string, which would be E flat, and F4. So I'd have your thumb, pointer, middle on these 3. So get comfortable with your hand there. Again, try and stay kind of upright. I have a hard time not slouching over or bending over, but just try and keep that in mind. Get your hand comfortable and just work on going up and down. Okay, those are the notes that you're going to be working with. And the rhythm, I'll just go ahead and play that for you. You can get that in your ear and then practice it in rhythm, and then we'll be set for the left hand. So here's the proper rhythm. I'll count it while I play, and then I'll play it just on its own. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That was a little faster than I intended, so let's go a little slower. I'll count and then I'll stop counting and keep playing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3. Okay, so pretty simple left hand. We're not even using that ring finger, which is kind of nice. That's always a little tricky, I find. But again, practice getting comfortable there with that rhythm. And once you've got that, we'll put the right hand end in the next section. Okay, so now you're at a point where you have your lyre all set up, you know the structure of the piece, you've got the left hand rhythm and notes down, and you're ready to put that right hand in. I'll go over the intro in just a moment, but let's go ahead and have our right hand, because the intro is just the left hand playing what you've already been practicing a couple of times over. But the right hand, the section we're going to focus on in this part is the first half of the piece. So it will be measure 50 through 65, but we're going to have 4 subdivisions is how I've kind of marked it. So we're going to first look at the section going from measure 50 until, yeah, that's correct. Okay, 54, 50 to 54. So just 4 measures. And you're going to notice that once we learn these first 4, that's actually going to be repeated, my goodness, maybe 4 times, maybe even more than that throughout the piece. So it's actually quite a repetitive piece. Anyway, so you'll have learned something that will come in handy, and you'll pull back again as we keep going. But let's focus on the first couple of measures, and then we'll actually look into the right hand. So just to make this clear, we're looking at measures 47, 48, 49, and the beginning of 50. Now the right hand doesn't come in. This is just optional. I think it's very nice and helpful if you're singing in particular to have the sound in your ear. And so I always like to start with the rhythm of the left hand. So this is the first 4 measures. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's it. So that's really what you've already done with the left hand. You do it 3 times, and then you let this B flat ring for 3 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's how you begin the piece. Then let's take a look again at those first 4 measures. So 50 through the beginning of 54, we have F5. So let's go ahead and find that F5. We know that we have F4 on our left hand, so then we have G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. They should be the same note, just an octave apart. It's one way for you to double check you're on the right one. So we have F5, and then we're going to be going to B flat 4. So let's figure out where that is. Again, F, G, A, B. So this is a fifth, means there's, if you were to count the strings, you count 5 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the first interval that we have. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up. That's the section we're doing. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up. I should have said that a long time ago. I'm definitely going to be reading the psalm because it's really helpful and beautiful for us to be entering into it in a very kind of lived way as we're learning the piece. It's part of the beauty of the piece, I think. So Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Okay, F5, B flat 4. Then we have C and D, C again. You'll see two C's in measure 52, and then a kind of line drawn between them. You can play this C twice for both heart and is. Heart is. But I have that line because I typically don't. I don't tend to repeat a lot. It's just a matter of allowing the words to actually fit in the song. But I tend to not strum or pick the string more than once most times. It just sounds a little unnecessary, I think, for me, but you're welcome to. It's kind of whatever you would like to do. But when you see that line connecting one note to the next, it's pretty much always going to be the same. Well, for this purpose, it's going to be the same note. That means that I don't play it twice. Again, you're welcome to, but I just personally don't. Okay, so we have our C in 52. Then we go down to F4. Now, you'll see that this is sharing a string with your left hand, so you need to make sure that this finger, this middle finger, is off of that string. Otherwise, it's not going to sound because you're stifling it. It doesn't need to play, it just needs to be off of that. So we went from C to F, then we go up to B flat, back to C, and D. Now we're going to stop there. So let me play that a couple of times for you in the proper rhythm. I'm going to leave the left hand out for a moment. We'll put those together in a little bit later. So, but we've got F. I got to find my F again. Okay. So we have, again, from 50 to 54. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And last time, just for good measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so before we move any farther with lyrics or with the right hand, let's put that left hand in there, get real comfortable with that. Sorry. That's where you should be with the left hand. We can practice that again. Okay, but I'm going to play that much slower because we are just working on practicing this and getting it down. So we're in the right spot. So I'm going to start at the beginning because it will add a nice little segue for us. Again, we play that left hand 3 times, then we hold the B flat in the 4th measure, and then that right hand comes in. You'll hear how that sounds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1. Again. 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Last time, and then we'll put the lyrics in. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Okay, now let's put some lyrics in there. We have, "Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up." Oh Lord, my heart Again. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up. Okay, that's the first section, or the first segment of the section. Sorry, it took me a little bit to get in with the singing. It sounded particularly awful. So anyways, I did that a couple of times to get my singing a little bit better. Anyways, before we moved on, hopefully I won't have so many sort of clips in the following sections. But anyways, okay, so we have, "Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up." Then the next section we're going to look at in this first half is from 54 until measures 58, 54 to 58. Left hand we know stays the same. Let's look at that right hand though. It's actually exactly the same at the very beginning. We have, "My eyes are not raised too high." And so the "my eyes are not raised" is what we have just done. Okay, so let me just kind of walk that through for a second. We have the left hand. Okay, so we just had let me do that again. My finger got in the way. That was what we just played, and now this is what we're going to play. So you see that first part is exactly what we just played. So that first part is repeated, and then rather than going down to this F, we're going up to the higher F where we started. So let me walk that through a little bit more clearly. We have what we just had before: F, B flat, C, D, C, and then up to F5. Repeat the F, and then go up to the G, and down to the F. And that's that whole spot that we're going to do right now. So here's how it sounds with the right hand only. I'll take the left hand out. Actually, I'm going to have it in there because it's a good reference point actually for me for a few things. Okay. Make sure we are in the right spot. This is the second note in 54 through the first note in 58. Right hand only. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Again, I'll count because of that, the latter half of it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. One more time for you. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's do the left hand with that. So again, as always, take this at your own pace. You're probably going to need to do some of this, or most of this, more than I'm doing it myself, but I don't need to do it so many times that someone watching is getting a little bit bored. So do it as many times as you need to. Do as I'm doing. Make sure you find the notes, get the rhythm in your right hand, then add the left hand in, and then add the singing. That'd be my recommendation. Okay, so we're going to do both hands, right and left hand, from measure 54 to 58. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Make sure your hand's in the right spot. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And last time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. now with the lyrics, let's see how my singing is. Go a little bit slower. So we have, my eyes are not raised too high. I feel that's very applicable right now with my singing, which I'm very self-conscious about in this video. Okay, all right. You get my best version on the sort of official recording, so it takes a little time for me to get there. Singing is not my forte, but I enjoy it. All right, so my eyes are not lifted too high. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 5. Ooh, sorry. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. My eyes are not raised too high. Again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. My eyes are not raised too high. Last time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. My eyes are not raised too high. Awesome. Now let's put that together. Let's put what we have so far together. We have 47 through 58. Those are the measures. And yeah, and then we'll move on from there. So again, we have almost the same thing repeated, which is nice to just sort of recognize. But you know, differences at the end of those two subparts that we had. So 47 through 58, I'll do this 2 or 3 times, and then we'll keep adding on to it. Okay, make sure we're in the right spot. Left hand. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up, my eyes are not raised too high. Again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up, my eyes are not raised too high. Okay, so that is already a decent chunk of this nice little piece. So let's go ahead and move on from there. We'll start at measure 58 and go to 63. So just a couple of more measures. And then we'll have only just a small portion left before we end this first half. So left hand is the same. 58, we also see the same thing that we've had before. It looks a little bit different if you're just looking at it kind of glancing on the sheet music. And that's just because, for example, in measure 59, you'll see 2 quarter notes on the do not. But you also see that line going between the two. So again, I personally don't like to repeat that. It just sounds a little silly to me. But it's to indicate when to sing the word. So it looks a little bit different. Same thing with the next measure, where you have the last part of occupy, so pi, and then the beginning of myself, my. So those 2 C's are what's called tied. They're tied together. So I don't play them, but they're marked so that you know to say those syllables at that particular time. But it is the same thing. So 58, we have the same thing again. Okay. I'll just play just the beginning of the section we're working on. Okay. But if we keep looking, we actually recognize, like I just did because I forgot, that the rest of this section that we're looking at all the way up until the end of measure 62 or the beginning of 63 is the exact same thing as the first part of what we played. So it does repeat exactly. So let's go ahead and play this measure, or this section. I'll do right hand once, both hands once, and then I'll sing it a couple of times because the singing will be what's actually new. But we've already done this. But just to give us a little reminder, right hand only, 58 through 62. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It should sound very familiar. And with the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now, since we already have done that, let's put the lyrics in. We have, I do not occupy myself with things. Kind of left hanging there to the end of the phrase, okay? I do not occupy myself with things. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I do not occupy myself with things. Again. 1, 2. I do not occupy myself with things. Last time before we add this on to what we already have. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I do not occupy myself with things. So let's go from the beginning until we'll stop at 63. And then we'll only have just 3 measures to go until we're finished with the first half of the song. So beginning until, again, through 62. I'll do that, let's say, twice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up, my eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things. Pause there. And we'll do that again. I'll try and go a tad slower, a little bit faster than I intended. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up, my eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things. Awesome. And now let's finish out the phrase. Too great and too marvelous for me. So this is, I'm sorry, I had said through 62. I was having a sort of a mind, I don't know, hiccup. We didn't quite go through 62. So let's start with that F, which is what we've been starting on. Oops, excuse me, F. So we'll have F5, we're just finding the notes. Then E5, at least twice. And then D5, excuse me, D5, so sorry, let me do that again. F5, E flat 5, D5, C5, and B flat 4. So it just goes straight down. Okay. So let me do that right hand only to get the rhythm, and then you can jump in and practice as many times as you need to. One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I would actually add a couple of ties here. For marvelous, I would just play that D once. I'm just missing a tie there. Let's do that a couple more times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I may change my mind on that marvelous once I start singing. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Let's put the left hand in there. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Now we'll add those lyrics in. Too great and too marvelous for me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Too great and too marvelous for me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Too great and too marvelous for me. Last time. 1, 2. Too great and too marvelous for me. Awesome. Now let's put the whole thing together. This is, again, the entire, essentially, first half of the piece. What we're going to be doing in the second half, except for the small exception of one small part, will be the exact same stuff. So we're going to go a little bit faster in that part because you'll already know the notes. It's just a matter of putting the words with it. But before we jump into that, let's put the whole thing together. Let's do this twice from the beginning 47 through measure 65. Okay. Lyrics and everything. Make sure I'm in my spot. Yep. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up, my eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things too great and too marvelous for me. Do that one more time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up, my eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things too great and too marvelous for me. Awesome. Okay, so get comfortable with that, because once again, the second part is going to 75% of the time, 80% of the time be exactly the same. So get comfortable and then come back when you're ready to do the second half of the piece. Okay, we're back now for the second half of the piece. What I think is going to be best for us in this, because there's so much repetition, is to go ahead and start just by playing the two hands together in the places where it is exactly the same, and then we'll just add the lyrics. Otherwise, I think it's going to be sort of unnecessary to go slowly through the same notes. So let's just take a look, make sure we've got it exactly the same. So in 66, we have, but I have calmed and quieted my soul. So that's from 66 through the beginning of 70. Let me go ahead and just play that as a review. We have our left hand, excuse me, right hand. So we're getting 66 through the beginning of 70. Two hands together, but no singing. 1, 2, 3. So that's exactly what we've played. Now that's the third time we're going to play this. So let's go ahead and add the words into there. But I have calmed and quieted my soul. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. calmed and quieted my soul. Let's go ahead and keep going. We have like a child quieted at its mother's breast. There is a slight difference in what we previously played. So if you've got the sheet music, go ahead and compare measure. We have 71, 72, 73, where we have that F5, F5, and G5. So this is very similar to what we had in measure 57, where we had too high. Those are the lyrics versus its mother's breast. And all I want to point out is that in measure 57, you have a slightly different rhythm. Okay, 57, it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Now, how I just naturally did it, and I think is a little bit more fitting for this second part that we're currently in measure 74, it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so just a very small difference. If you want to do them the same, go for it. It's just kind of how it ended up for me. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and play both hands together from the beginning, the second half of 70 through 74. All right. We're in the right spot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's essentially identical. Let's add those lyrics in. We have like a child quieted at its mother's breast. So we've got a few more syllables squeezed into these notes than we did earlier. But I've tried to do it such that it's not awkward, where it doesn't feel like you're just trying to literally shove syllables into the piece. But you'll notice you gotta say things a little bit faster than you did before. So here we go with lyrics. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Like a child quieted at its mother's breast. Again. 1, 2. Like a child quieted at its mother's breast. Now let's go ahead and add that together with what we've got. So 66 through 74. We'll wait to add the two parts together until later for the purposes of this video, but if you want, and it would probably even be my suggestion to go ahead and as you get these particular sections together, go ahead and add them on to the rest of the piece. The alternative to that would be to wait till you have a bigger chunk and then add it on. But for right now, what we're going to do is, since we're in the second half of the piece, work on putting that section together. We'll get all the second half together, then we'll put the two halves into the one single piece. So right now we're going to do 66 through 70, the beginning of 74 with the lyrics. I'll do that a few times so that we can hear how that sounds. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast. One more time, just for good measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast. Awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and move to the next section. We're going to move pretty swiftly until we get to measure 81 because it's the same. So 74 through 78, hands together once just to remind us of that tune, which is the same that we played in 66, that section starting in 66. So we'll do it once, and then we'll go ahead and put those lyrics in there. 1, 2. All right, so what are we singing here? Like a child that is quieted is my soul. So very similar to what we just sang before. Before we sang, like a child quieted at its mother's breast. Now we sing, like a child that is quieted is my soul. Okay? All right. 74 to 78. 1, 2. Like a child that is quieted is my soul. Again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Like a child that is quieted is my soul. Let's go ahead and put in the next section, and then we'll add it all together. Just feels a little too small to go back again. So you're welcome to. You're certainly welcome to. But for right now, let's go ahead and keep going. We have, O Israel, hope in the Lord. I'm going to see how far I want to go. Lord, yeah, okay. Let's go until, that's 81. Let's go to 82. Actually, I'm going to change that. So we're going to finish the word Lord. O Israel, hope in the Lord. So play that just by itself, and then we will we'll move on from there. So the only thing new, so before we did, remember we went down, right? That's how it ended before. That was in measures like, let's see, 62, 63, 64, 65. Okay, same idea here, except for Lord, once you've hit that B flat, you're going to be going back up. C, D. But let me illustrate how this sounds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. One more time, because we've got that little extra thing on the end. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That double D in 80, that repeated D in measure 80, I'm not sure if I'll play it twice or not. I'll probably do it different every time, but there's no tie there, but again, I don't have a strong opinion about whether I think it'd sound best to do it twice or once, but I'll probably do it twice, at least for right now. So let's go ahead and sing it. O Israel, hope in the Lord. In the right spot? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. O Israel, hope in the Lord. Again. 1, 2. O Israel, hope in the Lord. Okay, now we're going to stop there because we got a little something different in 81. It's not very different, but it's worth stopping. So let's go ahead and put what we got in section 2 all together. So we have 66 through 81. We'll stop at 82. Sing, play, everything. Right spot. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast. Like a child that is quieted is my soul. O Israel, hope in the Lord. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful words. Combination, or that connection between my soul and Israel, and just resting as a child with the Lord, on the Lord. Okay, let's do it one more time, and then we'll do the different section and then put it together. Okay. 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast, like a child that is quieted is my soul. O Israel, open the Lord. Awesome. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the next section, which will finish off the part of the lyrics, and then we will add the little ending, sort of doodly-doo at the end, and then we'll pause there, give you some time to work on that, and then come back and we'll do the entire piece all together. So let's start at the end of 80. I'm sorry, the end of 82, and we'll go through 86. 82 to 86. So we just had this climbing up for Lord, and then what you're gonna see is another climb down. So before we had, starting with F, right? F, E flat, D, C, B, and then climb back up, C, D. What we're gonna do is start again at that F. We're the second note in 82. We have F, E flat, E flat, D flat, D flat, C, and then just as a nice little, I don't know, note of interest, instead of just going back down to B, I decided we'd go back up to F. So we have C, this is 85, up to F5, and then to B flat 4. Evermore, evermore. Okay, so how does this sound when we actually do it in the right rhythm? I'm just keeping my left hand there for the moment. Don't play that yet, I don't think. Let's just work on the right hand. So we had, right? Now we have, starting on that F. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Get that down and then add in the left hand. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. With the lyrics, we have from this time forth and forevermore. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. From this time forth and forevermore. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. From this time forth and forevermore. Last time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. From this time forth and forevermore. Perfect. Again, let's go ahead and finish out the song, and then we'll put all part 2 together. So let's do 87 until the end. So we just went from F5 to B flat. If you just take a look at the right hand, you're going to see we're going to be playing with that a little bit more. We have F5, then C5, then F5, B flat 4, and then C5, and then a little triplet. And that triplet is C, D, C, B flat. So here's how it's going to sound. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3, and then the chord at the end. So it'll actually be more simple with the left hand because you'll be able to hear the beats more clearly, so you know exactly when to come in. So again, we just had yeah, okay. That last chord are the notes that we've already been playing in the left hand, that B flat, D, F. You can play this F with your right hand or your left hand, and then this B flat 4. I like to slow down the piece a little bit at the end just to kind of glide into the end, and then rather than playing it all at once, I like to do a broken chord. Okay. I think it's going to help to hear how it comes in if I play from 82 until the end. So I'm going to do that twice. I'll go ahead and sing just so you can hear when to come in. Things that might be helpful for you is to pay attention to the left hand. How many times does it repeat itself when the right hand comes in on that ending part of it? I'll talk it out a little bit as I go, if I can do that. I think I can. Okay. So 82 to the end. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. From this time forth and forevermore. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oops. Lost my spot there. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. From this time forth and forevermore. Okay, one more time just for good measure. Actually, let's not do that one more time. Let's do the whole second part. Once, maybe twice. And then we'll put the whole piece together. So part 2, the entire thing, then we'll stop, let you work that, and then go on to doing the whole piece. Okay, so 66 until the end, singing and everything. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast, like a child that is quieted is my soul. Oh, Israel, hope in the Lord, from this time forth and forevermore. That was nice. Very, very nice. Let's do it again. Yeah, one more time. One more time, one more time. 66 to the end. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. But I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast, like a child quieted it is my soul. Oh, Israel, hope in the Lord, from this time forth and forevermore. So nice, so nice. Okay, let's stop there for the moment and then come back when you're ready to play the whole song through. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just play the whole song through. I don't really think there's anything else for me to say. We have our two main parts. You've certainly recognized at this point that there is tons of repetition in this piece. As always, take it at the pace that you need, and as slowly as you need, and try to really sink into the words themselves. This one's just so beautiful in many different ways. But anyways, let's give it a go. Let's go and do the whole thing. Psalm 131 from the beginning until the end. In the right spot. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh Lord, my heart is not lifted up, my eyes are not raised too high. I do not occupy myself with things too great and too marvelous for me, but I have calmed and quieted my soul like a child quieted at its mother's breast, like a child that is quieted is my soul. O Israel, open the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. Beautiful. All right. I hope this has been helpful for you and enjoyable for you to learn. Of course, let me know if you have any comments or questions, either via email or in the comments below. And I hope you enjoy it. God bless, and may the peace of Christ be with you. Thanks so much.